You walk into a sports bar or a corporate lobby, and you just expect magic,
Oh, absolutely.
right? Flawless walls of screens, a dozen synchronized feeds, and they're never buffering. But if you look behind the drywall, that whole illusion just shatters,
It really does. I mean, keeping those commercial screens lit is an absolute nightmare.
which is exactly why today we're doing a deep dive into the spec sheet for the Vitec AVPLY-M M9325.
Yeah, formerly known as Exterity, right?
Exactly. And we're looking at this courtesy of HDTV Supply. They're a 25-year-old global AV distributor. Our mission today is to decode this enterprise AV tech jargon for you.
Because you're dealing with enterprise-scale content distribution here. It requires hardware completely divorced from, consumer gear you have sitting at home.
Right, so let's actually look at the hardware on this M9325. It pushes 1080p 60 video. It's got a Wi-Fi module, a USB hot plug, and 32 gigs of local storage.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, my smartphone has way more storage than that. So is this essentially just a heavy-duty commercial-grade Roku or Apple TV?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, that analogy works, but you have to look at the enterprise scale. Like, why only 32 gigs? Because it's not storing a massive movie library.
Right.
That 32 gigs is entirely dedicated to infinitely looping signage logic and cached assets.
Ah, okay. So if the venue's network blips.
Exactly. The USB auto mounting and that local storage kick right in so the screen keeps playing, a localized video or a menu off the device itself.
Oh, wow. So it prevents the screens from just going completely black in the middle of a rush.
Right. And then there's the network delivery part, which is huge. It handles MPEG-2, RTP, UDP streams.
Yeah, I saw IP multicast thrown around on the spec sheet too.
IP multicast is basically the magic bullet here. Think of your home Apple TV, right? It pulls a single stream from a server. It's almost like a private phone call.
Okay.
If a massive sports bar tried to do that for 50 TVs simultaneously...
The network would just totally collapse under the bandwidth.
Exactly. So IP multicast operates more like a public radio broadcast. The internal server sends one video stream out, and all 50 Vitec players just tune into that exact same frequency.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But there's a bit of a contradiction on the spec sheet that stood out to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this is aggressively marketed as a Wi-Fi media player, right? But then they boast about having a gigabit Ethernet port. Why bother with the wire if the whole pitch is wireless flexibility?
Well, think of that Ethernet port as a backup generator.
Okay.
Wi-Fi gives you flexibility during the actual installation, sure, but hardwired Ethernet gives you absolute redundancy.
I see.
I mean, picture a stadium filling up with 50,000 smartphones. They completely congest the Wi-Fi spectrum. You need that hard line to ensure the video feed doesn't just drop.
High stakes. Which I guess explains the really heavy emphasis on HDTV 2.2 decryption, too.
Oh, 100%. I mean, HDTV 2.2 isn't just a technical spec. It is a massive legal shield.
Wait, really? A legal shield?
Yeah, commercial venues broadcasting pay-per-view events, they need to legally decrypt those highly protected streams. The M9325 handles that securely.
Right, and it mentions RDO sign integration, too.
Yeah, so the software lets them seamlessly overlay custom digital signage like, drink specials or safety alerts right on top of that protected feed, and it does it without breaking the encryption handshake.
So that encryption handshake fails, the bar basically gets sued.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, the screens go dark right before kickoff.
Exactly. It's a total pressure cooker. When things go wrong, the installer's panic is very real.
Which honestly adds some much-needed color to the customer reviews on HDTV Supply.
Yeah, I saw those.
They have over 10,000 positive reviews, but there's one specific one from a buyer named John M. He said, when I called, the tech support staff was less than friendly, but answered my question.
Honestly, that single review perfectly captures the reality of B2B tech support.
Right. You just need the IP configuration, not a friend.
Exactly. And HDTV Supply actually responded very professionally to it. Plus, there's another review praising them for quickly fixing a tricky 1080p 60 resolution setting.
So it's really just about getting it done.
Yeah, in commercial environments, accurate technical problem solving beats bedside manner every single time. When a matrix goes down 10 minutes before a broadcast, the installer just doesn't have time for pleasantries.
Getting the system online is literally the only metric of success.
Exactly. The game being on the screen is the bottom line.
So behind the drywall, devices like the M9325 are using IP multicast, local storage fallbacks, and bulletproof HDCP decryption just to keep those screens running for you.
Right. But, looking at the M9325's I/O panel reveals something else that's super interesting.
That's
It's processing all these cutting-edge wireless IP streams, but it still physically supports legacy formats, like decades-old MPEG-2 encoding and basic Toslink audio.
Oh, wow. So it has to bridge the gap between decades-old infrastructure and modern wireless networks just to survive in the real world.
Yeah, it has to do both.
Which leaves you with a really interesting thought to mull over. If high-end, commercial-grade enterprise tech is forced to cling to legacy standards
Yeah,
just to guarantee reliability,
right.
what does that suggest about the true lifespan and future compatibility of that sleek, purely wireless smart device sitting in your living room right now?